great crowd on the plaza this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of folks from all over the country. Welcome back to the early show. Coming up, Leonardo DiCaprio has played many memorable roles, but this could be one of his most fascinating, a crook who literally gets into people's dreams. Not just into their heads, but into their dreams. Our Amanda Holden speaks with him about the new film Inception, which critics are already calling one of the most original big-budget movies in years. Good morning, Amanda. We're going to talk to her in just a sec.
Looking forward to that. Also ahead this morning, consumer electronics you can talk to. There's this whole new generation of devices with voice recognition. Since, you know, you're not supposed to be multitasking behind the wheel,
right.
This actually helps you do it in theory, in a much safer way, so you're not texting, you're not even touching the phone, just talking.
So essentially, this is the go-around for that, okay?
A little bit, yeah.
And Bobby Flay is making some tasty Greek-inspired recipes, from souvlaki to stone fruit, all on the grill.
Yeah, ooh, like grilled peaches.
Feels
Love
good,
grilled
right?
peaches.
Yeah, all right. Dave Price is here someplace with another check of the weather. Yo, Dave!
Searching
Yo,
Dave.
Harry! Yo, 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 yo! Nice to see you. By the way, you know, we don't often do this, but I want to take a moment to recognize one of us on the staff has relatives who are in town today who made a special trip. Harry's cousins have come all the way. Nice to see you. Pleasure to have you here. Is a resemblance, which is just like crazy. Let's take a check of the weather.
Nice.
See what's going on all across the country, shall we? Looks like we have some rough stuff rolling through sections of the Great Lakes today, pushing all the way south to places like Oklahoma, pushing into Texas, even way back into Colorado. Now, we're also going to see some storms roll through sections of the southeast, the Gulf states, Florida, into the northeast. Believe it or not, even though it's cloudy outside right now, you're going to see some clearing. It should be very nice. Most of the wet stuff is really off the coast at this point. West Coast looks absolutely spectacular, in the northern plain states, which saw some tough stuff yesterday, going to clear out rather nicely. Temperate for this time of the year. Seasonable, I guess, is a better way of putting it, with temperatures in the 80s. Temps around the country, again, the warm stuff stays relatively to the south, and the humidity still a factor in much of the country. Let's a quick look at our national maps. Here's an early look at what's going on. Hold on. In your area. We have the world's most beautiful little girl here. What's your sign say? Dave Price is the world's funniest weatherman. What a coincidence. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Where are you from?
New York.
Wow. Thanks for coming such a long way. I appreciate it. All right, Harry, over to you.
It's nice to have a fan.
Yes, it is.
Leonardo DiCaprio's new film does not open until tomorrow, but Inception is already getting big buzz. The actor plays a high-tech crook, and the scene of the crime is inside the victim's mind. Early Show special contributor Amanda Holden had a talk with him, and she joins us from London. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Harry. Yes, Leonardo DiCaprio loves playing flawed and complicated characters, and his latest role in Inception is no different. It was shot in 4 different continents, and I crossed the ocean to be with him, but to be honest, I would have gone to the moon and back.
I met up with Leonardo DiCaprio in a poolside cabana of a Beverly Hills hotel, where he couldn't resist lending a helping hand with my new tech toy.
That's all you need to do, really. And then you just go,
In his new movie, a sci-fi thriller called Inception, Leo stars as a thief who invades his victim's subconscious to unlock their secrets.
This is your first lesson. You never remember the beginning of a dream.
In Inception, you go into people's dreams and you steal ideas. What idea do you wish you could have stolen?
I'm a history buff, so I'd have to say I'd want to get into the mind of Alexander the Great. I'd want to figure out why he wanted to conquer the world. What was his obsession? What drove him?
The film was written and directed by Christopher Nolan, the man behind 2008's blockbuster, The Dark Knight.
Did you understand the script straight away, or do you just have to kind of rely on his guidance and his
foresight?
I think all of us needed that one-on-one Chris Nolan FaceTime. I tried to attempt, you know, researching this film in a traditional way and read up
You
on
can't Google
Freud
this.
and dream analysis and all this, and I realized, you know what, I have to just sit down with this man and get into his head.
Inception's stunning dream sequences required specially constructed sets, allowing the actors to defy gravity. This is a silly question. How did you do the hangy bit from the ceiling?
There was very little green screen on this film. If we were doing a scene that was, you know, tipping or upside down, or if we were, you know, floating in the air, he'd really do that. You know, it was...
How did you float in the air?
Through cables.
Fab, you're like Peter Pan.
Yeah, just like Peter Pan.
Oh, brilliant. I always wanted to be Wendy. It's been nearly 25 years since an 11-year-old Leo kicked off a career that's made him one of Hollywood's biggest stars. When you were little, did you used to practice your autograph?
I don't think I did, no. I used to spell out my whole name, but I have a very long Italian name, and now I kind of do just a few letters.
Were you good at school, or were you a naughty boy?
I was a naughty boy.
Were you? Did you? What was the worst thing you ever did?
You name it. I mean, I didn't have my growth spurt until I was... my voice just cracked. Did you notice that?
DiCaprio's work has earned him 3 Oscar nods, including one for his gripping portrayal of Howard Hughes' mental breakdown in The Aviator. While studios courted him for romantic leads in the post-Titanic era, Leo sought deeper, darker waters.
You are an empty, hollow shell of a woman!
Is there going to be any more sort of romantic parts that you're going to play in the future?
Well, this is one.
Well, it is.
It's a twisted romance.
It's a twisted one. Oh.
Oh, and then the Shutter Island, that was also a twisted romance.
You run-of-the-mill kind of, you get married at the end and everyone's happy.
You know, I'm open for every type of film, every type of genre. I just have to be excited by the material.
With our time together coming to an end, I thought it would be fun to share a treat or two of London with this LA-born, fabulously gorgeous movie star.
This is like a journey through England. Or something.
It is!
London calling to the faraway towns.
There's some English tea
And then
bags.
PG Tips, of course. Kate Winslet's favorite.
Now, Kate Winslet will know what this is. Ask her if she knows what a curly-whirly is. You
Okay.
haven't lived till you've had a curly-whirly, and I really splashed out and got you 3.
I will eat them all.
I never felt so much alike.
Hi. Do you know, he took those curly whirlies and he didn't even give me a backward glance. I've gutted. I felt we had a connection, Harry.
I think you had it was because you gave him Bovril as well. I think that was just enough to... Marmite, okay. Now, he's been so good at playing these very dark roles. Think about Revolutionary Road, Inception, Shutter Island. Did he say he's ever going to go back to playing like a normal romantic lead?
He kind of just said that he has to play roles that are kind of very complicated and deep and dark, because often the movies are shot across 5 or 6 months, and if he wasn't really engrossed in them, in his words, he said he'd be actually very bored. So I think he likes to get something to sink his teeth into.
Gotcha. Also, now you got him to reveal a little bit about his naughty side when he was a young...
Yes.
Did you get any other secrets from him?
He said that when he was at school, obviously he was very naughty, but he was also very little. And so he had quite a mouth on him. He used to be quite lippy to the teachers. But he used to make friends with all the big kids so that they were kind of like a protection racket around him. Very sensible, I thought.
Very sensible. Amanda, love the new do. You look great. Thanks so much. Great job.
Thank you. Loving yours as always.
All right. Now here's Eric.